Okay, as I mentioned so far this month, I'm going to be doing lots of book reviews as opposed to doing my standard movie marathons. So I'm going to go to Green Lantern and Philosophy, No Evil Shall Escape This Book. This is actually part of a series of books that actually are pop culture philosophy books. So you're probably thinking, okay, so we have what? Philosophy dealing with comic book characters. Well, people who don't read comics, they just think, they're two-dimensional characters. But if you've read comics for a long period of time, you know that they're actually three-dimensional characters with an awful lot of depth to them. They've gone through some ridiculous amount of adversities and trials. This is essentially taking some of those ideas and concepts and actually some pretty heavy philosophy with it. I read this, and it's one of those books I read about a chapter every single night, primarily before I would go to sleep. And having a background in philosophy, I took it for roughly a year, and being a Green Lantern fan, this is almost like peanut butter and jelly, or peanut butter and chocolate, depending on how you look at it. So you're probably thinking, okay, but still, what's really in this book? So I'm just reading through some of the the titles to let you know that while it is dealing with things that are from a comic book, it can get fairly heady and fairly deep and philosophical. So part one is called Will and Emotion, the Philosophical Spectrum. So you have The Blackest Night for Aristotle's account of emotion, Flexing the Mental Muscle, Green Lanterns and the Nature of Willpower. Women are from Zamorin, men are from Oa. Emerald Ethic is not all black and white. Will they just anybody join? Testing for moral judgment in the Green Lantern Corps. The Greatest Green Lantern, aesthetic admiration and the praiseworthy hero. There should be no forgiveness for Hal Jordan. Moral atonement and guilt. Hal Jordan's shifting motivations. Part 3. I'm with Green Lantern, friends and relationships. Hard traveling ethics. Moral rationalism versus moral sentimentalism. I despise messiness. The Plato-Aristotle debate and the troubled friendship of Green Lantern and Green Arrow. Can't live with them, can't live without them. Green Lantern relationships and autonomy. So as you can tell, that's like the first 3 sections. So it's Green Lantern being discussed from a philosophical standpoint, or how certain philosophers would also view certain things that happen in the Green Lantern world. Now, of course, you also have essentially a couple more different, there actually are 3 more different parts. With this duty I do swear. With this ring I do swear. Power, duty, and the law. The oath of Sora Natu. Can a doctor be a Green Lantern? Cry for justice, which of course deals with that storyline that came through. Hate crimes as terrorism in Brother's Keeper. The Ring of Gygus and the Ring of Green Lantern, the Temptation of Power. So you Don't Tell Krona. Metaphysics, mind, and time. All for one and one for all. Mogo the collective and biological unity. That one's actually discussing the different sort of characters that they have. Then you have like a planet, you have someone's kind of like a puffball, but he's actually part of a collective. So it's one of them is a Green Lantern, but he isn't an individual because he's part of a whole collective. Green Mind, the Book of Oa, the Lantern Corps, and Pierce's theory of communal mind. Shade and Emerald on Destiny, the problems with time travel. Can Green Lantern make a boxing glove he can't lift? Power and limitations. Another boxing glove? Green Lantern and the limits of imagination. Beware my power. Leibniz and Green Lantern on God, omnipotence, and evil. Magic and science in the Green Lantern mythos. Clark's Law, the Starheart, and emotional energy. So, yeah, it goes pretty much from Alan Scott up to the Blackest Night. And if you're a huge Green Lantern fan, also if you're a Batman fan, they do a Batman book too. In fact, when I first read this, the little section in the beginning, they actually mentioned all the books they've kicked out. And I'll be honest, South Park, Metallica, Family Guy, The Daily Show, Lost, 24, Battlestar Galactica, The Office, Batman, House, Watchmen, X-Men, Terminator, Heroes, Twilight, Final Fantasy, Alice in Wonderland, Iron Man, True Blood, Mad Men, 30 Rock, The Ultimate Harry Potter, The Ultimate Lost, and Spider-Man. So you know what? These guys have got some experience when it comes to kicking out books, that are related to pop culture and philosophy. So with the movie coming out, you know, this book should be selling pretty well. If you're a Green Lantern fan, and you kind of enjoy books that are somewhat heady and philosophical, by all means, this is probably one of the perfect books you could ever pick up.